last year's text did not refer in the body of the text to finance, only in the subject, finance being to help deliver the outcomes of the global stocktake. Second,
So now we're going to have Carola Mejia from Latin Bar. Welcome, Carola.
this morning we saw a set of new draft texts coming from the presidency across the key negotiating outcomes. The transition away from fossil fuels, tripling renewable energy and doubling energy efficiency, the key energy transition package agreed last year in Dubai, is absolutely still alive. But ambition has gone missing in the mitigation work program room. And the reality is that this is because without finance, there is no phase out. And we are seeing wealthy nations refusing to step forward with the quantum needed for climate finance. Without finance, there is no phase out. The energy transition must be financed. Adaptation must be financed. Loss and damage must be financed.
After 11-12 days of negotiations here, we've got a text which looks a little more streamlined with clear sections, but there is no target of how big this goal is going to be. There are some elements on quality, talks about grants, but there is no commitment that it's going to provide real money in the form of grants to developing countries. So really,
the most climate vulnerable nations. So it's worth to still put the fight on, and I think what
works, these 5-yearly review cycles. That is meant to be the area for discussing pre-2030 ambition.
2/3 of climate finance are loans that are adding to our debt burden, and it's not fair because there are already 60 countries highly indebted that are highly vulnerable to climate change, and the historical climate debtors are making profit of these loans as they receive the interest repayment and everything. So now there is an acknowledgement of that this money needs to be at least 50% grant-based finance. We are asking and demanding public finance to be in the heart of this goal.
In Portuguese, if you would like, we can maybe form a huddle here.
How exactly? Because some of the language is really weak, actually. Like only
And we didn't see like a concrete option regarding figures, nor from the Global South or Global North perspective. So that is going to be a tough negotiation. There's a huge gap between going, if you are going to discuss between the 100 billion floor to the 1.3 trillion, for example, that the Global South countries were demanding.
Was agreed last year. That is the global stock.
we have a lot of options for ministers to go through still. This will go into overtime for sure. Countries need to fight for those good options.
David.
no deal is better than a bad deal. That is absolutely clear. If you go with a bad deal, it's not going to provide any support to developing countries to have an ambitious action, which means that we are all going to be suffering. Everybody is going to suffer if we fail at this COP.